Hits for the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Colors, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, today we're going to talk about, what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess, you know what? I don't even have a name for it right now, but I'm just going to get into that. I recently saw a video or a clip of a video, which I had already seen this interview a long time ago with Dr. Dre. And let's cut right to the chase. I am no way in comparing myself to Dr. Dre, but let's just say I understand where he's coming from on that sense as a human being. So, meaning that when he's asked about what he thinks about The Chronic, right? The album, The Chronic. He answered that he was going through a lot. He had just gone through a separation. His house burned down. There was fights in the studio and so on and so forth, right? So it's not a good thing for him. He doesn't like to relive that era, if you will, right? So with that being said, guys, I also... a lot of people have asked me too, when I used to record under the name Gemini, which I later changed it to the Grindhouse. I did an album, a full album, Casualties of Life, which I have not put out on digital platforms at all, which I kind of in between. I don't know if I should, I don't know if I shouldn't, you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. But however, to bring you guys into what I'm talking about here, I was going through a lot at the time. Myself, I was taking care of my mom. I was, getting into arguments. I guess you could say arguments, or just. Let me bring it like this. I was starting to feel betrayed. People around me started showing their true colors. So I was going through a lot. That album was basically my therapy, if you will. My mom had just had brain surgery at the time and so on and so forth. And I was just had a lot of weight upon my shoulders. I had a lot of stress. I would take care of her and write music, and at the same time, whenever I could had time, and it was a lot of emotion went into that album. Man, I'm not trying to promote it, guys. I'm not trying to get into it like that. It's just it was just heavy. It was just very heavy, and to the point where I was asked if I wanted therapy, which I said no. Right? I felt I didn't need therapy. I just felt, I'm just going through it. But unbeknownst to me at the time, that album was my therapy. Right? That what I was writing down for that album was my therapy. And originally, my first CD. Everything else, I'm coming from those. Everything else was on cassette. Technically, my first CD was not intended to be that dark. that's probably why I haven't even released it. You know, having an epiphany now about it. It was extremely dark. It wasn't a happy album. It was dark, if you will. And my intentions were always more up tempo, more G funk, more, you know, West Coast kind of vibe. You know, this album had a more of a very dark ambience to it. You know, thank you, you know, thanks to some people that have really enjoyed it and said that really, you know, it really came to them at a time when when they really needed to hear that. You know, they were going through their own stuff. But for me, I don't like listening to it because it takes me back to that time as well. You know, it's not something that I really like to revisit, if you will. But at the end of it all, guys, you know, when I look back at it, there was a lot of people coming out at the time with music and CDs and so on and so forth. And me, I wasn't trying to be the best or the hardest rapper or the best lyricist and all this other stuff. My album was more based on my story, my life. That's where I was headed with it. You know what I mean? That I wasn't focused on anything else. I mean, it wasn't even formatted right to begin with, to be honest with you, as far as the 16 bars and, you know, the measures in between the verses and stuff and hooks or choruses, if you will. But yeah, so it wasn't like that at all. But at the same time, everything was poured into it. My heart, sweat, blood, and tears was put into it. But I just didn't feel I wasn't really content with it. Even at the end, it was looking like, well, you know, I mean, it was good because I enjoyed it at the time. I felt like, you know what I mean, like I got everything out of my system that I wanted to get out. I said some terrible things on there about people, you know. I cussed up a storm on that, which is something I don't do anymore. I try to write music and make it enjoyable, and have fun with it. You know, I don't like, you know, dissing and stuff like that. There was a lot of subliminals in there towards a lot of things and a lot of people who, quote unquote, were hating on me and still remained hating on me. But it's whatever, you know what I mean? But whether they listen to it or not, I don't care. I got it off my chest, you know, and I said a lot of bad things, a lot of very bad, terrible, not bad, terrible things. Do I regret it? You know what? I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't regret it. I don't regret that. Is it terrible? Yeah. Is it terrible? Am I proud of it? No, I'm not proud of it. But understand one thing: when somebody's going through something at that time, and you basically kick somebody while they're down, you can't expect them to not say anything back or to be nice and say something nice about you. I mean, that's bottom line where it comes down to. And again, I'm not proud of it now. I'm not, you know, I'm just whatever. I mean, but I do not regret it because I felt, and I still feel I was right in my right. That's just the bottom line to it. Guys, this episode here is a little more personal. It's more about myself. It's not really an opinion. It's my opinion on myself and my stuff that I did. With that, guys, moving on into, I'm gonna make it fast, guys. So there's I don't want to dwell into this. It's just understand that during that time, I again was taking care of my mother. I was raising 2 kids on my own. I was being backstabbed. I was being betrayed. I was, you know, by the people I thought that were gonna be close. You know, that were not that I thought that were, that I thought the people I thought were close to me, and those were end up being the worst people sometimes, you know. But Time has passed, and we've moved on. Right? That's it. As far as that, guys, I ended up doing more music. I changed the name. You know, the from Gemini, I went to the Grindhouse, and the Grindhouse, I came out with just a different style of music. Going back, let me take you back a little bit though. Right after doing that Casualties of Life album, I had quickly gone into recording the follow-up album, which was titled Walking Tall. Gemini, Walking Tall. We saw photos for it. We started recording stuff, and it was in production. It was going. When I listened to it, the songs that I had on there, it was somewhat dark. It's kind of like, what's that Albert Einstein quote that if you continue to do the same thing over, expecting different results, kind of deal. Look it up. I don't got time to Google that right now. But anyhow, you're considered insane or whatever. So I did not want to be pretty much a cookie cutter and just to put music out for the sake of putting it out, because I want to stay relevant and just put out a bunch of garbage in a sense. To me, I'm not knocking anybody for their stuff. I just didn't want to put out a bunch of garbage. I wanted to expand myself into something different. So hence I changed the name, because there was another Gemini and he had a radio song, and I was like, oh, you know what? I don't care. I wanted to do music. You know what I mean? I want to do my music. So I went and did a song, and that's around the time MySpace came out, and I put it on there, and I hid my face for people couldn't see who I was for like 2 years. But my marketing thing behind that was I wanted to push the music, not so much as an image, and there was 3 other songs that came with it. But the song I had on there was Closer, featuring Jessica Autumn. Shout out Jessica Autumn. Love and respect to you always, my friend. Always. She did the chorus on that. That song really took off for me on MySpace. And it really, we had t-shirts done and just all kinds of stuff. It really took off. And the thing about it was, I just wanted to balance out. I just wanted to expand myself a little bit more outside our area, outside of what everybody's used to. And I expanded myself into different things. I ended up doing a full, I guess you can call it a demo tape, call it the Diversity, where there was a bunch of songs in there that perhaps weren't even finished, or I was maybe featured on and stuff like that. And yeah, that was really it. And, and it was a complete day and night from my original stuff, which is where I wanted to go. Some people said, oh, dude, like, that, you're watered down and you wanted to, but I was expanding myself as an artist. And that's it, really. There's stuff, I mean, I later on continue to do stuff, but I don't believe in saturating the market, quote unquote. To me, the market, is when you're in demand. If you're not in demand, you're not saturating anything, man. Like, nobody's listening, nobody cares. Let's just get that out of the way. I didn't believe in getting, and writing, having somebody co-sign me, having somebody, or because I'm featured with a big named artist. I always believed in pushing my own weight, and getting myself out there. And shout out to the sickness.net at the time. They, the people on there, and there was a couple of people that reviewed it, and they were like, you know what, bro, you pushed your own weight, even with the big names. You really went in on that, and that was good. And that's always been my deal with that. I look at people just as people, and if they want to feature with me or I'm featured on there, it's an honor. It's an honor. I don't look at it as competitive. I don't look at it. No. I'm going to give you the best of what I can get for you. And And if I need to do it over, I'll do it over. That's just a thing. It happens. I'm not, I'm not just oh yeah, okay, cool, that's it. Hey man, this is fire. This is fire. Like, no, bro, it's gotta be right. But other than that, guys, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. I don't plan on putting out a whole bunch of stuff. There still is an album in the vault with some very, very big names. And we're talking mainstream names, not just whatever. But that's still to come. There's more music coming. I laid off of it for a while. But yeah, there's some more stuff that is being done as we speak. Actually, I go into production next month. We are in the month of November right now at this current time, but coming in next month, we go into production on what I got to bring to the table, something brand new for 2024. So Two Face Entertainment lives on with the podcast world and the music world as we have originally started. And we will be getting into some other things, which I'm not going to get into right now because then people will be like, when's that going to come out? Well, you know what? When it's done, it's done, But yes, there's more stuff coming from the Grindhouse. There's more stuff coming from Eddie Vega. Shout out to Fly Entertainment. Shout out to Ghetto Ballin Entertainment. Love and respect from out here always. We're gonna make it happen, bro. We're making it happen. So, anyways, it's not about becoming rich or it's gonna be a hit. I mean, we do what we can and we do what we feel is right. If people listen to it and buy it, great. Hopefully they do. Hopefully you give it a listen and give it a chance. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you we're gonna blow up and 2024 is our year and this and this and that. No. Even back with the Casualties of Life, I mean, to me, it still holds up. That album still holds a period of my life. It holds a period of my life. I'm not gonna try to say that I was ahead of my time and it went over people's heads. It is what it is. I mean, it's more personal to me than to anybody else. In a personal, not because I did it, but because it's really my life on that album. But that's a whole other story, guys. We're past that. The new stuff's coming. And yeah, that's it, man. That's it. I'm glad that if you stay to the end of this video, I'm glad you did. I mean, I appreciate you as always. One more thing before I go, I want to give a shout out to RaiderLegacy51.com. You know what I mean? Go check them out online. I'll put the link in the description below. It's for, hey, Raider Nation, guys, Raider Nation. You can go in there and check out the Chosen One. And then, with artwork and stories by my good friend Angel Relas. Check it out, guys. Check it out. RaiderLegacy51.com, man. Check it out. You know what I mean? So, hey, things are what they are, man. Enjoy life. Do what you love. And don't worry about what people think. Do what you want to do, what feels right inside you. That's it, guys. Right? For this one, sorry, I screwed it up again, right? This is Two Face Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Fred Segura, signing out.